The field of challengers taken to the Speedway for their first feature of the season. 15 laps will be the distance, and they're going to start as they finish their heat races straight up. So up in front, it'll be our two heat winners from earlier this evening. On the inside of row number 1, in car 28, Phil Lamonti from West Seneca. On the outside, in car number 75, is Jeff Cudney of Leroy. Row number 2 on the inside, in car number 2, it's Tommy Belter of West Seneca. On the outside in the 6th, Larry Petrie of Sardinia. Row 3 on the inside, in car 61, Chuck Schneider of West Falls. On the outside of that lane, set to go is car number 10, Jimmy Krozik of West Seneca. Row number 4 on the inside, it's the 25, Mike Connor behind the wheel of the 25. On the outside in the 27, it's Dave Nelligan. Back to row number 5, the inside, the yellow 97 is Gary Kellogg. On the outside in car number 08 is Jeff Graff. Back a row to the 88 of Rob Willard, and pulling up alongside will be the number 34 of Awesome Al Grimmer. Back to the light blue number 87, it's Don Hochstein, and alongside in car number 7 is Steve Husey. Car number 95, Dan Martinez from Lackawanna, and alongside in car 26, Billy Kane of Buffalo. Next we see the number 17, A.J. Eisensmith out of West Seneca. Next to A.J. in car number 85, Patrick Eck in the 85. Car number 21 is Pete Sisti of Gowanda. On the outside in the orange, number 22, Jim Lader. Then we find the number 43, Howard Boundy, driving car number 43. And along his outside in car number 92, John Kane. In car number 37, Gary Gable doing the driving chores in car 37 this evening. And alongside in car number 11, Rick Winger. In car number 31 out of Orchard Park, it's the farm boy, Bill Smith. And on the inside of that final row, the Dayglow Orange, number 89. We don't have a name on the driver here. Let's see if we can pick it off the car as he drives by. John Price driving the Price number 89. Sharp-looking car. Late reported to the Speedway. Did not run in a heat event earlier, so he'll be starting scratch in the feature field. In car number 89. John Price in the 89. "15 laps will be the distance. 26 cars out there to take the opening green here in this first Challenger feature race of the 90s at Holland Speedway. Assistant starter Doug Carnes giving the indication along the back chute to keep it bunched up 2 by 2. Dick Hartman will wheel a pace car off the track, led by Lamonti and Cudney. Here they come out of turn 4. They get the greens, and we are racing. The first feature race of the 1990s underway. Phil Lamonti in the early lead in car number 28. Jeff Cudney working in the number 2 slot into 75. The deuce of Tommy Belter up in 3rd. Cars negotiating their way through turns 3 and 4 on this opening go-round. Phil Lamonti out in front in the 28. Jeff Cudney back about 3 car lengths in second place in the 75. Larry Petrie's now moved up to claim 3rd in car number 6. Tommy Belter in the 2 is running 4th. Jimmy Krozik in the 10, currently running in the number 5 slot. So far, so good in this Challenger feature race. The Bill Smith number 31 has dropped out of the action, is parked on the infield. And your leaders now negotiating through lap traffic already. Phil Lamonti cuts to the inside of John Price to put a lap on Price in the early going. Second place, Jeff Cudney now getting wheels into the dirt to put a lap on Price. And Price now hooked up with the 3rd place number 6 of Larry Petrie. Now bounced off the 4th place number 2 of Tommy Belter. And brake checks into turn number 3. We have troubles. Rob Willard looping his ride. The number 88, Steve Husey, spins to number 7.
That 07 came through the infield. You can see that one coming. No chance to stop that and set up. This looks like an enduro out here right now, the way this Challenger feature is running, and that's brought out the caution, Rick.
You're right, Larry, and we still have more trouble involving your leaders coming out of turn number 4. As Cudney got into the rear of Lamonti as they were slowing for the Kellogg number 97, which was parked sideways across the track as the caution flag was coming out. So actually, I think we can trace that whole incident back to that Dayglow Orange. Number 89 was causing such a problem down the back chute. Caused a domino effect back throughout the field, and eventually the number 97 of Kellogg came launching across the infield into the wall off of turn 4, which then caused the leaders to stack up behind him just a lap later. So a lot of action around the turns 3 and 4, and we have a bumper apparently from the Kellogg number 97 being dragged off the track right now. So this race is 5 laps old, and a lot of these challenges are already showing a lot of wear and tear, just 5 laps into the first feature race of the season.
And the action down there in that race reminds me that I want to tell you that next Sunday we're going to have an Enduro here at the Speedway. Next Saturday night it's the next Saturday it's the NASCAR 5-star program on Saturday, May 5th. Then on Sunday, May 6th, it'll be the Avis Enduro Challenge. And please mark your racing calendars to reflect the fact that the Enduro will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. So most of our Enduros run on Sunday evening. However, the first one on Sunday afternoon, May 6th, will go at 2 o'clock. So it's a regular 5 division program here at Holland Speedway next Saturday night. And then the very next day, Sunday, starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll have the first Enduro of 1990. We're going to run an Enduro on the first Sunday of each month. And for the May event only, it'll start at 2 o'clock.
Right now, we'd like Paul from the water truck to report to the pit area. Paul, the water truck driver, please report to the pit area. Tough break for Jeff Cudney in the 75. He was involved in that little jam-up coming out of turn number 4 behind the sideways Gary Kellogg 97, and suddenly finds himself falling from second place to completely out of the action. On this restart, it's going to be Larry Petrie in the 6, Phil Lamonti in the 28, sharing the front row. Jimmy Krozik in car number 10. Dave Nelligan in the 27 will restart in the second row. And we see Tommy Belter in car number 2. And what looks to be the Pete Sisti number 21 will be restarting in row number 3. We're anticipating a restart green flag this time by Dick Hartman. Has the lights off in the pace car. He'll wheel it into the infield. It'll be up to Petrie and Lamonti to lead him down out of turn number 4. Here they come. Dale Easterly gives them the greens, and we are racing once again. That's Petrie out in front in car number 6. Lamonti drops down to the inside in car number 28, working in second. Jimmy Krozik up in third in car number 10. We have trouble up in turns 1 and 2. Steve Husey in car number 7 is sideways. He's pulling his car around, and it looks like it will continue under green. We have another car going around over in turns 3 and 4. Jim later in the 22 backs her down into the infield, and now the caution flag is being shown to the field of racers. This Challenger feature race under caution once again. And apparently there may be some moisture on the track where Jim later spun the 22, as we saw Phil Lamonti get sideways on the track in the 28 as the field was slowing under caution. Moisture on the track up in turns 3 and 4, necessitating a yellow flag so the safety crew can get out there and go to work with that speedy dry. Jim later blowing something in car number 22, laying down a layer of moisture on the track on the inside groove in turns 3 and 4. And the safety crew going to work right now. The safety crew has completed their cleanup task over in turns 3 and 4 for the Jim Later spin in car 22. The white flag has been shown to the field. We're going to be restarting this feature event. 7 laps have been completed, 8 laps remain. Larry Petrie in the 6, Phil Lamonti in the 28 will be sharing the pace-setting chores up in front. The lights in the pace car have been extinguished, and Dick Hartman will be wheeling that one into the infield off of turn number 4, leaving it up to Petrie in the 6 and Lamonti in the 28 to lead the field of challengers down to a restart green flag. Jimmy Krozik in the 10, Dave Nelligan in the 27 set to go in row 2. Mike Connor in the 25, Tommy Belter in the 2 in row 3. Rick Winger in the 11, Dan Martinez in the 95 in row 4. Chuck Schneider in the 61, A.J. Eisensmith in the 17 in row 5. Here they come out of turn 4. They get the green flags, and we are racing once again. Larry Petrie leading the field through its paces out of turn number 2, racing down the back chute. Petrie in the 6 out in front. Phil Lamonti in the 28 working in second. Jimmy Krozik putting on the pressure in the third place, number 10. Krozik ducking to the inside of Lamonti. Lamonti moves down to close the door that time. Larry Petrie extends his lead out to about 3 or 4 car lengths over the Lamonti, number 28. Jimmy Krozik holding on to 3rd in the 10. Dave Nelligan working in 4th in the 27. Mike Connor is 5th in the 25. Petrie out in front in car number 6. He really can't shake the next 3 cars. He has about a 4-car length lead over Lamonti, but he's not making it any larger with the passing laps. And we have trouble in the back chute. Patrick Eck into the wall in the 85. Car spinning around. The 85 of back, we see Rob Willard in the 88 involved. Steve Husey in the 7. Howard Boundy in the 43, all involved. But the race continues under green. A lot of heavy front-end damage to the Patrick Eck number 85 on its opening night at Holland Speedway. Larry Petrie continues to lead this event. They're working through some lap traffic now. Jimmy Krozik making a race out of it with Phil Lamonti for 2nd place. Krozik in the number 10 moving to the outside of the green 28 of Lamonti out of turn number 4. Dave Nelligan lying in wait in 4th place, looking for an opening to make a move to perhaps drive 2nd or 3rd. Petrie has a large lead in car number 6. The heavy action going on for 2nd place right now, as Jimmy Krozik in the 10 again looks for some opening on the outside groove around the 28 of Phil Lamonti, but lap traffic playing a heavy role here. We're at the 2 to go portion of this race. 13 down, 2 laps to go. Lamonti takes advantage of the lap car of Steve Husey to move back in front of Jimmy Krozik for 2nd place. Krozik pulling up to the rear bumper of Lamonti, and here comes Dave Nelligan looking to challenge the number 10 of Krozik for 3rd place. The white flag is showing. We're on the final circuit. Larry Petrie has the lead in car number 6. Petrie with a half a straightaway advantage over the Phil Lamonti number 28. Here comes Petrie out of turn number 4, looking at the checkered flag, picking up the win. Larry Petrie in car number 6. Lamonti will finish 2nd in the 28. Krozik in the 10 is 3rd. Nelligan in the 27 finishes 4th. Mike Connor in the 25th will complete the top 5. Larry Petrie taking advantage of an early race restart to grab the lead from Phil Lamonti, and then basically slowly but surely drove away for the victory, leaving the heavy-duty racing action back for the battle for 2nd place, as Lamonti, Krozik, and Nelligan did battle for the number 2, 3, and 4 slots. But here is your winner right here in the L&J Special Slippy's Collision sponsored number 6, the first Challenger feature winner of the 90s at Holland Speedway, Larry Petrie.
Well, the next event on the program is going to be the Figure 8 feature race. Feature race for the Figure 8s will be the next event. That'll be followed by intermission and then the 3 remaining features. So that is the balance of the schedule here at the Speedway this evening. But right now, the water truck gives Larry Petrie some anxious moments as it roars out in front of him to come over and sprinkle down that Figure 8 track and get that ready for competition while Larry Petrie resumes his victory lap up there in turn number 3 and 4.
Here he comes back to victory lane for the winner's ceremonies here this evening. Let's hold up on the applause just a moment until he climbs out of his car, and he can be sure to hear you that way as he's unbuckling himself from the inside of his racer. The helmet's coming off. And he's climbing out. He can hear you now. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Challenger feature winner, Larry Petrie. Let's go down to Kenny Hangauer. We'll have some words with our feature winner, Larry Petrie. Kenny?
Well, I'll tell you, a good-looking race car picked up the victory here, and you look like you were just driving down to the corner store, picking up a quart of milk and a loaf of bread. You're not even hardly breathing hard. Excellent run out there tonight, Larry.
Thanks. We Been doing a lot of work on the car from last year, trying to make up a little from what we lost last year.
Well, I'll tell you, certainly didn't lose anything here tonight. You appear to have the fastest car during qualifying, and certainly proved it in the feature. Is this a brand new race car, or is this something that was this last year's car that you refurbished?
Well, it's all new, rebuilt from last year. But
well, I'll tell you, Larry, you made an excellent run tonight. How about giving some praise to the folks that put you out here, your sponsors, and the people that work in your pit crew?
yeah, I got to thank L&J Construction, their main sponsor, Slippy's Collision, Richard Morris, and Lazy H Horse Farm, and my brother Trav. He does a lot of the work on the car, and everybody else that helps.
Well, Larry, you can't win them all unless you win the first one. I'd like to once again say good ride, Larry. Excellent job. How about, ladies and gentlemen, for Larry Petrie, the pilot of car number 6. Okay, back up the tower.
Well, our congratulations go down to Mr. Petrie as well, Ken, and Howie Markle was just up here and corrected me on something with his 4-score deal. Out of the tickets that are sold, 10% of the money goes into the benevolent fund. Then 45% of the proceeds go to the Holland Speedway Drivers Point Fund, and the other 45% goes to the winner. And once we get through all of those mathematics, we find out that tonight's winning ticket is now up to $350. So you're still going to have, during the Figure 8 race, to purchase a raffle ticket, and right after the Figure 8 race, during intermission, we'll have the drawing.